Welcome back, students. Today we are going to discuss about probability. It's the next unit of your mathematics chapter for class 11th. So probability. So the concept is here probability. 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 As the three units, permutation and combination and binomial theorem and probability, they are interrelated to each other. Means binomial theorem or concept of combination, concept of permutation can be used in probability. So here the concept is here probability. First of all, we will try to define this probability. What is basically this probability is? The word probability is derived from the word probable. Probable. Is the derivation, means this word probability is derived from the word probable, and we know that this probable means likely to happen, not certain to occur. Likely to happen but not certain to occur. It is simply you can say probability means probable means chance, number of chance, or you can say sometimes we call this probability as it is a measure of uncertainty. It is measure of uncertainty. It is a measure of uncertainty. It is a mathematics of chance. Sometimes we call it as the mathematics of chance. Mathematics of chance. ठीक है? Or you can say it is game of chance. Game of chance. So these are some literal meanings of this probability. Means likely to happen but not certain to occur. Measure of uncertainty. Mathematics of chance, or game of chance. Now, what is basically this probability? Suppose in day-to-day life we struggle to achieve the goals. In day-to-day life we try to achieve some goals, but we do not know about the success. Either we get success or we get some failure. So here we can say in day-to-day life we struggle to achieve a certain goal, but we do not know about the success. For example, we can say it is possible that he may win the election. It is possible that he may win the election. It is one more example. There is probability of rain. It is possible that India may win against Australia, or it is possible that South Africa may win against Australia. So there is some uncertainty. So here we can say it is a likely to happen but not certain to occur. This is the probability. Or simply we can say, if I write the match between India and Pakistan, perhaps it is possible that India may win against Pakistan. So this is one more example. Or simply you can say, if I say the probability is basically, if I write, it is a concept which numerically measures the degree of uncertainty and therefore certainty of occurrence of event. So we can say, we can measure with the help of probability, we can measure the degree of uncertainty, measure with the help of probability we can measure the degree of uncertainty, and hence the certainty of occurrence of event. This is the probability. Or in other words, you can say probability is a concept which measure the degree of uncertainty, or you can say the theory of probability provides the method to measure the degree of uncertainty of events in numerical values. So this, with the help of probability, this measure of degree of uncertainty or this measure of certainty can be calculated with the help of probability in numerical values. In numerical values, in order to discuss about this, in order to understand the concept of probability, we must know first of all what is random experiment, what is trial, what is outcome, what is sample space, what is an event. After that, we can find the classical approach to probability. We can find the numerical values. So, first of all, I am going to tell you about the history of this probability. It was a French mathematician. Blaise Pascal, who first originated the theory of probability. When he used to play the game of dice. Means a French mathematician, Blaise Pascal, was the first mathematician when he used to play the game of dice, and he originated the theory of probability. So probability is, this Blaise Pascal is regarded as the father of probability. So here we can say we have a concept, that is, in order to understand the concept of probability, in order to find the numerical values of probability, in order to find the classical approach of probability, we must know first of all what is random experiment. What is this random experiment? What is this random experiment? This random experiment means an experiment whose outcomes cannot be predicted in advance. So random experiment, it is an experiment whose outcomes cannot be predicted in advance. For example, if we toss a coin, as I have told you about the certainty, it is a measure of uncertainty. It is a, or you can, with the help of probability, you can find the measure of certainty of occurrence of an event. If we toss a coin, as we know, coin has two faces. One is called head and second is called tail. When I toss a coin, either head will come up or tail will come up. So there are two probabilities. There are two probabilities. One probability is that there is one chance that this coin, either after tossing a coin, either head will come up or tail will come up. And next, if we toss a coin, so tossing a coin is a random experiment. So this experiment is called a random experiment. Second example, if we throw a die. If we throw a die, this die has a cube. It's a cube. Die is basically a cube. It has 6 faces, and each face is marked by 1, either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So in order to, when I throw a die, either 1 will come up, or 2 will come up, or 3 will come up, or 4 will come up, or 5 will come up, or 6 will come up. So again, just throwing a die, it is a random experiment. So random experiment is basically an experiment whose outcomes cannot be predicted in advance. An experiment whose outcomes cannot be predicted in advance. So toss a coin, if we throw a die. So these are the two examples of this random experiment. इसके बाद यहाँ पे एक concept है बेटा, that is outcome. छोटी एक definition है. What is this outcome? ये outcome होता क्या है? The result of an random experiment. The result of a outcome, it should not be this it may be any experiment. It may be outcome means result of any experiment. The result of any experiment. The result of any experiment is called outcome. इसके बाद trial. What is this trial? This trial. Performing an experiment. Performing an experiment each time to get success or failure. Performing an experiment each time to get success or failure. Trial means performing an experiment each time to get success or failure. Outcome means it is a result of any experiment. So it's the outcome. And so random experiment means, now first of all we can say this trial. It's performing an experiment each time to get success or failure is called trial. Outcome means result of an experiment, it is called outcome. And random experiment is an experiment whose outcomes cannot be predicted in advance. Example, if we toss a coin, if we throw a die. If we toss a coin, either head will come up or tail will come up. So these are the two possibilities. Here there are 6 possibilities. There are 6 probabilities. Now next topic is here. What is this? Sample space. What is sample space? What is sample space? रैंडम एक्सपेरिमेंट आपने समझा बेटा. इसके बाद रैंडम एक्सपेरिमेंट, आपने रैंडम एक्सपेरिमेंट समझा, आपने आउटकम समझा. आउटकम मीन्स रिजल्ट ऑफ एन एक्सपेरिमेंट एंड ट्रायल मीन्स परफॉर्मिंग एन एक्सपेरिमेंट ईच टाइम टू गेट सक्सेस और फेलियर. नाउ इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, दैट इज फर्स्ट. जो आपके 11th क्लास में आपको जो पहला टॉपिक है, आपकी एक्सरसाइज भी है इसमें, दैट इज कॉल्ड सैंपल स्पेस. व्हाट इज द सैंपल स्पेस? What is the sample space? Sample space means the set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment. The set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment. Set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment. It is called sample space. It is called sample space. Now you can see this sample space. The sample space. The sample space. It is usually, sample space is usually denoted by capital S. It is denoted by capital S. And we can write this S is equal, it has some outcome, some W, such that W is a outcome of a random experiment. Is a outcome of a random experiment. So we can say in set builder form we can write WS contains W, where W is this outcome of a. Now this W may be sample point, or simply you can say the elements of a sample space are called sample points. They are called sample points, and the elements of sample space are called sample points, and the sample space is compared with universal set. If we talk about sets, जो हमने सेट्स में पढ़ा है यूनिवर्सल सेट क्या होता है, तो बेटा प्रोबेबिलिटी में इस सेट को एस को बोलते हैं हम. इफ वी कंपेयर विद दिस सैंपल स्पेस विद सेट्स, वी कैन ट्रीट दिस एस एज ए, इट इज यूनिवर्सल सेट. इट इज ए यूनिवर्सल सेट. नाउ टू फाइंड द सैंपल स्पेस ऑफ अ रैंडम एक्सपेरिमेंट, सपोज वी यहाँ पे एग्जांपल लेंगे बेटा. टॉस ए कॉइन. टॉस ए कॉइन. इफ वी टॉस ए कॉइन, व्हाट आर द सैंपल पॉइंट्स? What are the sample space? What are the possible outcomes? As we know that when we toss a coin, either head will come up or tail will come up. So we can say H or T. This is the sample space. For example, toss a coin twice. If we toss a coin twice, if a coin is tossed 2 times, or if a coin is tossed twice, so sample space क्या आएगा बेटा? We can write sample space में हम लिख सकते हैं बेटा, यहाँ पे either फर्स्ट टॉस में भी H आ सकता है, दूसरे में भी H आ सकता है, या फर्स्ट में टेल आएगा, दूसरे में भी टेल आ सकता है, या फर्स्ट में H आएगा, सेकंड टॉस में टेल आ सकता है बेटा. फर्स्ट में टेल आ सकता है, सेकंड में H आ सकता है, हेड आ सकता है. So these are the possible outcomes. These are the possible outcomes. HH, TT, HT, TH. These are the possible outcomes of this random experiment. So when a coin is tossed 2 times, sample points are HH, TT, head and head. HH means either in first toss head may come up, in second toss again head may come up, या फर्स्ट टॉस में भी टेल आएगा, सेकंड टॉस में भी टेल आ सकता है, या ये भी पॉसिबिलिटी है कि फर्स्ट टॉस में हेड आ सकता है, सेकंड टॉस में टेल आ सकता है, या ये भी पॉसिबिलिटी है कि फर्स्ट टॉस में टेल आएगा, सेकंड टॉस में हेड आ सकता है. नाउ अगेन आई एम रिपीटिंग हियर. सैंपल स्पेस की हम एग्जांपल्स ले रहे हैं बेटा यहाँ पे. तो सपोज यहाँ पे आपने एक एक्सपेरिमेंट है, यहाँ पे टॉस a coin 3 times. Toss a coin 3 times. अब सैंपल स्पेस क्या आएगा यहाँ पे? सैंपल स्पेस आएगा बेटा H H and H, H H T, H T T, tail tail tail, tail tail H, tail H H, head tail head, टेल हेड टेल. तो ये पॉसिबिलिटीज है. तो कितने आउटकम्स है यहाँ पे? 8 आउटकम्स है. अब आप देखिए बेटा, इफ ए die is thrown, if a die is thrown once, so sample space क्या आएगा बेटा? या तो 1 आ सकता है क्योंकि डाइस के 6 फेसेस हैं, 6 फेसेस आर in a die. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 ये आ सकता है. अब आप देखिए यहाँ पे हम जनरलाइज एक कंसेप्ट करेंगे बेटा यहाँ पे. तो जनरलाइज, इस कंसेप्ट को जनरलाइज करने के लिए कंसेप्ट क्या है कि अगर एक कॉइन को टॉस करते हैं या किसी डाई को हम थ्रो करते हैं तो कितने आउटकम्स होंगे. यहाँ पे देखिए बेटा, जब हमने कॉइन को एक बार टॉस किया तो आउटकम्स कितने आ गए? 2. जब हमने कॉइन को 2 टाइम्स टॉस किया तो आउटकम्स कितने आ गए? 4. जब हमने यहाँ पे कॉइन को टॉस किया 3 टाइम्स तो आउटकम्स कितने आए? 8. जब हमने डाई को टॉस किया वंस तो आउटकम्स कितने आ गए बेटा? 6 आ गए. इसी से इफ ए डाई इज थ्रोन ट्वाइस, अगर हम एक डाई को 2 बार डाई थ्रो करेंगे तो सैंपल स्पेस में कितने पॉइंट्स आएंगे? 1 1 1 2 1 3 1 4 1 5. तो 1 के साथ 6, 2 के साथ और 6, 2 1 2 6 एंड सो ऑन. 6 के साथ 3 के साथ 6, 4 के साथ 6, 5 के साथ 6 आउटकम्स आएंगे, 6 के साथ 6 आउटकम्स ऑन टू 6 1 सो ऑन टू जो लास्ट आउटकम होगा दैट विल बी 6,6. सो यहाँ पे कितने आउटकम्स आएंगे? 36 आउटकम्स आएंगे. 1 के साथ 6, 2 के साथ 6, 3 के साथ 6, 4 के साथ 6, 5 के साथ 6, 6 के साथ 6. सो टोटल नंबर ऑफ आउटकम्स आर हियर 36. यहाँ पे देखिए, एक बार टॉस किया कॉइन को, एक बार टॉस किया 2 आउटकम्स आ गए. कॉइन को 2 बार टॉस किया 4 आउटकम्स आ गए. कॉइन को 3 बार टॉस किया 8 आउटकम्स आ गए. डाई को एक बार टॉस किया 6 आउटकम्स आ गए. यहाँ पे डाई को 2 बार टॉस किया हमने तो 36 आउटकम्स आ गए. तो बेटा यहाँ पे फार्मूला आ रही है बेटा, दैट इज नंबर ऑफ फेसेस रेज्ड पावर number of tosses. Means when we throw a coin, when we toss a coin or when we throw a die, so total number of outcomes are number of faces raised to power number of tosses. Coin के कितने फेस हैं? 2. टॉस कितने बार हो रहा है? एक बार. 2 raised to power 1 that's 2. कॉइन के 2 फेस हैं, 2 बार टॉस हुआ है twice, 2 raised to power 2 that is 4. कॉइन के 3 फेसेस, 2 फेसेस है, 3 बार टॉस हुआ है, 2 raised to power 3 that is 8. डाई के 6 फेस है, एक बार डाई फेस ये हुआ है दैट इज 6 raised to power 1 दैट इज 6. कॉइन डाई के 6 फेस से 2 बार टॉस हुआ है, 6 स्क्वायर दैट इज इक्वल टू 36. सो फार्मूला इज हियर, जनरल फार्मूला इज in order to find the number of sample points in a sample space when we throw a die or when we toss a coin, it is number of faces raised to power number of tosses. This is the sample space. So sample space is basically, क्या है sample space? The set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment. The set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment is always equal इज ऑलवेज इक्वल। अब कॉइन को टॉस करने के लिए कॉइन के दो फेस से इट इज 2 रेज पावर n, n मीन्स हियर नंबर ऑफ टॉसेस। अब डाई की बात आ गई तो 6 रेज पावर n लिख से 6 faces are in a die there are 6 faces and n is the number of tosses. So ये आप याद रखोगे। So this is the basic of this probability। आज हमने क्या पढ़ा बेटा, probability में हमने पढ़ा probability होती क्या है, इसकी literal meaning क्या, अभी हमने classical approach नहीं पढ़ा, because in order to understand the classical approach of probability we must know this random experiment, sample space, trial, outcome हमने को पढ़ा है। इसके बाद इसका जो ये है दैट इज इवेंट और टाइप्स ऑफ इवेंट्स। आपको इवेंट्स पढ़ने बेटा, सबसेट ऑफ ए सैंपल स्पेसिस इवेंट, फिर इवेंट्स के टाइप्स पढ़ने, आपको सिंपल इवेंट पढ़ना है, आपको कंपाउंड इवेंट पढ़ना है, आपको श्योर इवेंट पढ़ना है, आपको इम्पॉसिबल इवेंट पढ़ना है, आपको म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव इवेंट्स पढ़ने हैं, आपको म्यूचुअली एग्जॉस्टिव इवेंट्स पढ़ने हैं। उसके बाद हम प्रोबेबिलिटी इंशाल्लाह स्टार्ट करेंगे। तब तक के लिए इंशाल्लाह आप इस पर थोड़ा गौर कीजिए। इंशाल्लाह 2-4 लेक्चर्स में आपको आपकी जो प्रोबेबिलिटी है, वो जो पहला टॉपिक है इसमें दैट इज सैंपल स्पेस। मैंने आपको बताया कि सैंपल स्पेस कैसे बनाते हैं। सैंपल स्पेस इज नथिंग, इट इज सिंपली द सबसेट ऑफ ए it is simply the set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment. Thank you very much.